Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. So I am doing some more cleaning out of my closet, and I have a bunch of Yamaha keys from the 80s that I'm selling. Link in the description if you're interested. I wanted to document what these all sound like, of course. So there's one, the PSR-18, which is a 61 key full-size keyboard. It's not that great. I'm writing in D minor, I decided. So started taking samples and started loading them or recording them into Ableton Live. In the video you'll be able to see that I add some effects in Ableton Live. I'm printing them with effects, and then I'm making loops, and then I make a trap track, and then I show you how I quick master a track, and then I dump them into CapCut and show you guys how I make a video. Let's get started. Alright, so right now I'm just basically auditioning voices in the PSR-18, and then I'm going to start recording in Ableton. Beautiful harps and bells. Get some drums going so I have some rhythm. Add some love to the input of the keyboard. Right now the mix is all the way up and you can't actually hear the keyboard, just the effects. But okay, so as you can see right here in track 6, I'm recording audio from the keyboard. I've turned the mix down. Some Love is amazing, and it adds all kinds of effects, like big ambient swells. You can basically turn any clip into ambient music, and I'm just trying to get some, maybe some effects. Playing basses. Add glitch 2. I go to the modulator, I turn the mix all the way down. I don't like that modulator. Listen to this bass. On the PSR-18, that was voice number 50. Add snap heap. It's like a modular effects system from Kilohertz. Plucky harpsichord action. Different drums. These drums are Curtis Mayfield drums. I added them so I could get a different feel, but I don't end up using them. Now I take both of my 2 audio clips and I put them into arrangement view. That way I can chop them up and put them into their own clips and raise the volume. Just taking little pieces out, creating clips. In the end, I try to make all the basses green and the higher synths white. Pretty good violin strings type thing. Try to normalize these volumes. This guy here, I take the clip, lower the volume. Most of these, as you can see right there, let me go back a little so you can see what's up. So I select all of this here, right? And then I use Control E to isolate it, right? Into a 2-bar clip. Grab it all, Control E. Okay, now it's 2 bars. I double click on it. Down here, I had to warp all these, okay? Actually, okay, so down here I take, it's already warped actually. So I just select all. And then Shift Control U, select all, Shift Control U, and that brings up this quantize dialog. Right now it's quantized to 1/8 notes. Boom. I changed it to 16ths, and as you can see, it quantizes notes. It's like a quantized warp is really what it is. Down here I'm cropping all the clips. That isolates them into single clips. Now I'm going to take them all and put them back into clip view. Now I'm going to create an audio track, Control T. I'm going to drag the high synths over to the right. Now I'm going to fire some of these off together. I turn those drums down. I'm going to turn them back up in a second. Just listening to various clips together. Here I like the sound of that, so I take that row number 7. I Control D it to duplicate it, and then I drag it down one so they're not connected. Curtis Mayfield drums, I get rid of those eventually. Yeah, see, I drag something else over, one of my own clips. Change those colors. Okay, here's what I'm doing here. Let me go back. I'm not exactly sure why I skipped over this part, but I want you to see it. So I end up taking all of these white clips here, okay? And then with them all selected, then I hit Shift and Tab, and it takes me down to this dialog box here. This right here, down here, is the where you find follow action. So watch. Change the colors. Okay. If you see right here on the right, I'm about to grab all those. I did. Okay. All but one, apparently. And then I go to the other side, go to follow action, hit next. Now follow action means, let's see, all these 6 clips, those are all selected. Follow action means to cause them to follow each other according to certain parameters. So right now we have it, it was set to next. We're going to set it to other, which means that as it plays, it's going to jump around randomly between the 6 clips. I'm going to turn on legato so that it doesn't fire off every clip from the beginning, but rather picks up where the previous clip left off. Then I'm going to unlink the time, and I'm going to set it to 1 or 2 bars. Two bars. Now when I fire these off, see how they're jumping all over? So in this, I've jumped to a point where all of these are follow action, and all of these basses are follow action as well. So they're just going to play randomly every 2 bars. Okay, now I start recording into the arranger, and I'm just going to fire off these clips randomly and rows randomly. Not randomly, but in accordance with some practicing that I've done. All the synths and basses are from that keyboard. And all these breaks are my own trap breaks. Okay, now it's all recorded in Arranger, and now I'm going to send it, export it, called Comp1. Now I've loaded up a new channel or a new project. Get rid of these MIDI channels, get rid of this audio channel. BPMs are at 114, so I've already set that, and now I've just dragged that rendered track that we just did into a new project. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be going forward into this rendered track, and I'm going to be doing glitchy parts at the end of some of the bars, and basically adding effects. One of the first things I do is I add an effects unit, like an effects VST, onto the main track here, comp 1. I set comp track audio track 2 to record the output of track 1, and then I'll be recording onto track 2 from track 1 and then replacing the material in track 1. You'll see what I mean as we go along. The first thing I do is zoom in, and at the end of this softer part before the drums come in, I select portions of the audio, and I use Control D to duplicate and create stutter effects. Watch. Control D. I want that one to be shorter. Okay. Now I'm grabbing an effects unit. I end up with isotope trash, and I drag it onto the track. Audition, try to find a preset that's close to what I'm looking for. That sounds good. Pull the mix down a little. Now I go to audio channel 2, and I set it to record from the first track. And right where I want it, records a new clip. Shorten it. Turn off the plugin so that it plays normal. Go forward a little. I double that piece because I want to do some stutter effects here. Select portions. I've copied that. I'm going to add it here, stretch it out, and I'm going to use the engine to warp and stretch it. I reverse that snare. I use the hot swap to trade isotope trash for the kilohertz flanger. I use the dice to get a random voice that I like, and then I mess with the parameters to dial it in. And then I record onto the track below. Okay. And then I end up just dragging it up there. I dragged it up here, and also previously in the track, when I did the isotope trash, I dragged that up there too, because they're already printed, they're rendered. Right here. Yep. So I'm just listening to what I've done. Here I want to lower it a little and do some adjustments. Lower the volume and do some adjustments. More glitchiness, more stuttering. Live cut. At this point, I just grab a whole bunch of clips and stutter, and then I just start placing them where I want them and delete the rest. You'll see what I mean. Grab that piece and pull it up, delete that piece. Grab a piece there, bring it up there. Warp that. Do a couple of more repeats. From here, I'm just going to let things play out a little bit. I'm not going to explain everything that I'm doing here. That way you can just kind of see what's going on. If it's important, I'll explain it, but mostly I'm doing a lot of what I've just been showing you. Basically going to go out to the end of this track. Right here, I'm adding some ambient interludes. Stretch. Dragonfly reverbs are freeware, by the way. Amazing. They sound beautiful. Here I'm messing with the pitch. Just a little clip at the end of a bar. Recording changes while hitting the dice button. More stretching with that complex warp engine. Sounds good. This at that point I faded the volume in so to give it a little swell. This right here is interesting, okay, because at this point I want it to stutter and bounce, but I also want it to be slightly off time, and I want it to increase in speed as it in a very slow sweep. You'll see how I get things done. Watch. taking a piece with all that reverb delay, and I'm gonna mess with it, put it where I want it. Adjust the volume. Now I'm grabbing some sound effects and just going to drag them over. You can't hear me auditioning them. I made these as well. I made them for the Novation circuit, and they're really glitchy and watery drums. They sound amazing. What I do here is I use automation to fade the mix in after the transient, so you can still hear the punch of the effect, but the reverb swells in afterward. I also use the EQ to bring it down and make it dark. Freeze the track and flatten. And that's how I render that. And when I drag it up, the tail's there. I have to use volume to bring the tail back in, and then I end up reversing it. See? And I reverse it. Use the crossfade between clips to make it sound good. At the end, I put a blip. More sound effects. More sound effects. Take a copy of this bell and reverse it. Stretch it out and reverse it. Then I play them together. I wanted that to be a kick drum, so I switch it. Yeah, this is the outro to the song, and it's that ambient part again. I use another Dawson Love and just create a huge swell here. You'll see what happens. This is a swell that's going to go alongside the original. Fade in even. Beautiful. This Dawson Love was a plug-in boutique giveaway about a year ago. If you bought something, this is your free gift. Oh, it's so worth it. I use it all the time. Bringing in the volume, making it fade in. Then I want it to abruptly cut off at the end. Yeah, done. Song is done. Export, comp 2. Now I open up my project called Force Mastering. And this mastering chain that I have in the first track there. First I bring the volume down a little to give it some headroom. Go to the loudest part of the song and I look at Voxengo span. Now look, what I really want is in the EQ over here, okay, the first EQ8. Sometimes there's a gate in there. I don't use the gate usually. It's mostly, that's for if they're speaking. In the EQ8 right here, I cut all of the frequencies above like 20,000 hertz. Maybe not quite 20,000, but close, okay? Or maybe 18 to 20 or something. Anyway, you can see there's a dip right here. That takes a lot of the crap out for me. That might not be how everyone does it. I don't want these to spike too high. Because I'm 51 years old, my hearing is different than when I was 16, and sometimes I overcompensate here because I can't hear them as well as everybody else. Voxengo Span is a freeware plugin, by the way, and it's very, very useful. If you look at a modern dance track, you'll see that it's got a lot of subs here. It's got a scoop here usually. These are not scooped. That's because of those FM synths and their strange aliasing. It's going to look better once the Ozone 11 elements and Ozone 8 elements, they come in. I use both of those, one after the other. I turn off the maximizer and limiting from Ozone 11, and then on Ozone 8, you'll see what I mean. You'll see how I work it. Once those are in, these artifacts from the FM synthesizer, right? They're tamed. You'll see what's going on. Watch. So I'm looking at this waveform. It's not bad. I boost here where I think the sub is going to be. I'm listening. That's the sub, so I bring it down. Now I boost this frequency and I glide it across, scrub the frequencies to find where the mud, the honk and the mud are. I've located it, and now I bring it down just a little, then I adjust the Q. That kind of scoops out that tendency for mud. Sounds good. Open up Ozone 11. Get it to where it's listening. Right now it's listening to the music, and it found a good starting point, it says. Then over here, let's go back, I want to show you. So it's listening, right? This takes a long time, by the way. This video I skipped through. Usually takes about a minute and a half for Ozone 11. Found a great starting point. Good. That's what it says. Okay, now over here on the left, you have your genre. It's basically set to EDM as default for me. What I do is I load up custom, and I have the ability to throw in tracks that I think are mastered amazing, right? One of those is Fletric, right? Fletric sounds killer. Actually, to be honest, I'm really partial to the crispness and the preservation of frequencies in psytrance music and mastering in general, okay? But anyway, so I click Cinematic. I go to Fletric Arrival, which is the name of a track off of the Fletric album, which I purchased. There's also Deadmau5, My Heart Has Teeth. And then there's one called Mastering Reference. I don't even remember what that is anymore. It might be Grizz. I use Grizz because I love Grizz. Fletchrick is my favorite. So what I do is I choose that. It listens again for a moment. Gives me a great starting point again. Here I got a loop going on up here, so because it tends to take so long that it goes past the music. So I usually loop a portion while it's using Ozone 11. Now what it's done here is it's given me the EQ that I want, but I end up turning off the maximizer. Okay, so there's the EQ. I'm looking over here at the span, looks better. Then I turn on Ozone 8 elements, which is way faster, by the way. Go to Mastering Assistant, CD, and I go to Medium. Next, it's listening for music. I didn't even edit this. This is how fast it takes. I accept. And what I usually do is over here in the threshold, I'll pull it down just a little to give it more boost. Just a tad. Now I go to other portions of the track to see if it sounds good with this chain. Also looking at the Spectrum Analyzer, span. And I save it. Yeah, so that's it, pretty much. Let's watch this video that I just made with trap beats that I made myself and just the Yamaha PSR-18. Honestly, listening back, it's hard for me to even accept that this was just that keyboard. It sounds, I like it. I'm going to use it on stage. I'm going to put it into one of my sets coming up soon. Anyway, ghostwrittenclips.com if you want to get on my email list. I got more free stuff coming out for Christmas. I'm going to be launching my new courses and all of that, which are going to be coming out around the first of the year. Hit me up at snowmetaluniversity@gmail.com if you want to talk to me for any reason whatsoever. I love talking to you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy everything. Have a happy life. Be blessed.